Well, hello everyone. Hi. Welcome to the soft opening of Danger Aware organization.
There you go, perfect.
Danger Aware is being set up to create a place for potential victims to go to learn about abuse prevention before they become victims. Okay? My name is Alicia Villarreal, and I will be the spokesperson today in an effort, to get this organization going. I am extremely proud that my daughter, Aliana, has stepped up to be the face and voice for Danger Aware organization. Now, I would like to ask Pastor Richard and Linda to come up. So we want to thank Pastor Richard and Linda and Pinedale Community Fellowship Church for allowing us to use these wonderful premises for this occasion. Pastor, please, would you open it?
Okay, well, welcome everybody, and it's an honor to be here for this soft opening of Danger Aware, and I'm glad to be a part of with that. So we're going to go ahead and open up in the word of prayer. Father God, we just come before you today and bless you and thank you for who you are. And Lord, we just pray that as we're in the midst of this soft opening of Danger Aware, that you would bless this time, that all would go well, and that you would be able to reach many people with this broadcast, with this very important message. We also ask you, Lord, for your blessings as we're about to partake in the meal. We ask that you bless that as we receive it in thanksgiving in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. Okay, so at this time we are going to dismiss so people can get their lunch plates, and then we'll reconvene.
We need to blow this up on the screen so you can't really see it.
You guys can go right there.
Hi, sweetie. Oh, yeah, we're back there. You were working, yes. So you already ate? Oh, no.
The older one, such as this one, you have the little stove. You can heat. Very nice.
Let me go around.
That's why I do that. What
everyone. We hope you are enjoying your lunch, truly. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and introduce to you some of the staff that we have. And our first person is Albert Lehman, and he is our president-based supporter.
Good morning, or good afternoon. Glad to see you here today, and it's for a worthy cause. And we're launching out in new endeavors in our life. So we're going to see what God has in store for us and where we're going to go. And God, if God will make it. I'm pretty sure we're going to make it because it's about dangers and awareness that happen in people's lives. We are trying to maybe stop some of these dangers or aware in people's lives before they get too far in life. So anyway, Danger Aware is a nonprofit. It is to alert others of the dangers of abuse in their environment. We're going to offer books, games, and products to children and adults to aid in recognition of violations that could be harmful to themselves and others. So that is our statement, what we can stand by, is to help other people.
Thank you so much, Elmer. And next we have Angie Lopez is our treasurer.
All right.
Albert tells you guys that I keep all the money, but you know what? We got our second donation, and I'm very, very proud of this organization. I'm very proud of Work of Conduct and Elmer and making Fonda's dreams come true. She's been thinking about this for quite a few years, and finally it's coming true, and I am just more than happy to be part of it. This is to make people aware of dangers around us. You know, they teach us stranger danger, but they don't teach us stranger within the household. So I'm very proud to be part of this organization. Thank you guys all for coming.
Thank you so much, Angie. And next we have Ruby Torres, who is the office manager. Thank you, Ruby. Next, we will be introducing Lupi Fuentes, who is our office worker.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lupi. Next, we have Christine Johnson, who is our donor engagement officer.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. I'm going to bring this page up here so I can stay on what I'm supposed to be doing here. But I am the person in charge of donations, so you'll be hearing from me a lot. I hope I'll be hearing from you a lot. So our goal is to raise money to keep this organization going. And I didn't realize how much was entailed until I spoke with Gerald and he gave me a list. So I'm just going to kind of read the list here and let you know what's going on. They're making online video games for children 2 to 4, 5 to 7, on up through adults, I believe, and seniors. And of course, this is not just for children, for Danger Aware, it's for children, infants, all the way through seniors. We'll be touching on senior abuse also, so we're going to run the whole gamut of every age out there. So these are the pricings that we have to come up with money for. Ebooks, $750. Simple 2 to 4-year-old game is $1,000. 2,000 printed books sent to pediatricians' offices. We've already done that, $5,000, and we will be distributing out those throughout the United States and then some. 1 computer phone setup is $2,000. 1 video produced is $6,500. 1 online game for 5 to 7-year-olds is $5,000. 1 employee minimum $70,000 a year for all costs including training, computer accounts, tools, and equipment. One adult level game development is 100,000 plus, but we are not looking for just money. We need experts in every field who are willing to donate time, information. We will take whatever we can get from anyone. Absolutely need the help and are willing to accept any constructive criticism, constructive information, whatever you can do. You may be sitting there saying, you know, I can't do anything, but everyone has a talent. Everyone can help. So if you are willing to do that, please contact me and we will get you going with that. I will be at the back table when we're finished. If you'd like to donate today, of course, we're willing to take those personal donations. And we are not just focusing on victims. We want Danger Aware to be a place where someone who is feeling as though they can't help controlling themselves or their feelings, urges, emotional loss of control, can go also to this website and be educated. And we will hopefully be able to supply professionals, counseling, all of those things will be involved in this. So it's going to be big, and just keep looking at that website and let me know if you're willing to help. And I'll be at the back table when we're done. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Christine. And we also have Myra Flores. She's in the back doing our social media.
Hi.
Thank you so much, Myra. And also we have right here to my left, Destiny Howell, who has been our photographer. Thank you so much, Destiny. Again, just Aliana Villarreal is the spokesperson for Danger Aware organization. We also have Rachel Ronnie and Chapman as our models. Thank you so much. And of course in the back we have Jerry Baker on the PA system. Thank you. And next we have Fonda Lehman, author, founder, and CEO of Lorilla Fonda Books and DangerAware.org.
So I don't have to hang on to it. I don't know if I should say I'm glad of this or not. This is not what I was expecting last year. I said when COVID hit, I'm okay. I don't have anything I feel like I need to go anywhere or do anything. I'm old enough to die, so I mean, if I get sick, I'm okay with that if I leave this world. And then this came along, thanks to my youngest brother. And I'll get into that in a minute, but I am grateful for all of you to come today. I'm thankful for all the support and the volunteer work that has culminated to this point. And I told my brother, I said, well, maybe after the opening, it kind of ease off a little bit. And he said, oh no, it's just getting worse from here. I'm like, ah! This is a nonprofit organization that will reach well into the future after we have already left this world. Our goal is to prevent abuse, and we know no matter how great the effort, as long as there are humans on this earth, there's going to be abuse. We are going to do what we can to teach self-protection in the hopes of preventing damage to as many as we can. This program is not started for me or any financial gain on myself or my husband or any special interest. We were comfortable where we were, and so we're not out to just, line our own pockets or help others get rich. We just need to get the word out.
When I was young, I did not understand what was acceptable behavior and what was not. When I tried to ask the questions, the words didn't come. As time went on, I thought, well, if I'm the one being violated, at least my sisters will be okay. They were not. And I didn't know that until a lot of years later. But the problem with someone violating, abusing children is not limited to who that child is, what they look like, what their behavior is. They will go on to someone else. When I married, the effect of the abuse I had suffered affected our relationship. It was hard for my husband to understand why I was so cold. And it took a lot of years to break through some of that built-up anxiety that I had. It would be several years before I told my husband about the abuse. And you would think, you know, that would be easy enough to say when you first get together or when you're dating or whatever, but it's not. And there comes a point in time where, you know, you feel like you have to say it, but it should have been where anybody could say what's going on right then in our life, but you can't. It's just because we hide it. People tell us don't hang out your dirty laundry. Don't tell people what's going on in your environment. So it gets left behind. When I had my own children, it was my determination to protect them from ever being violated or abused. And I failed. I could not be with them 24/7, and I did not know how to warn them of the dangers. Because by the time I thought they were old enough to understand, someone had already violated them. How could anyone know that teenage girls would take a 5-year-old child and violate him? A junior high girl would be taken into the boys' bathroom by an older student. The young man from high school, excuse me, who came to call upon the daughter, only to find out later that a bunch of the boys had been betting with one another as to how many they could violate in a month. Who would ever expect the man from church who would come to your home to help through the building would violate your son? And this goes on. I mean, it goes on and on and on and on and on. This is why when we say we need people to get online and put in stories, because it will be used to help other people. The sad thing is, the victim will very seldom ever say anything because they have been possibly threatened or told to keep the secret, or they blame themselves. Like maybe they were in the wrong place at the wrong time, maybe they weren't dressed properly, or maybe they just liked somebody and wanted to be close. At one point, I felt that something had to be in writing. I got a scrap of paper and put down an event that had happened, and I put it in my safe. I thought that way, when I was no longer here, it would be found and I would be vindicated. Years later, so many reports of abuse were being reported. I felt the need to write something. You gotta understand, I am not a writer. I'm not a speller. I barely made it through on C's in school. I was told I couldn't do poems. And I never had any desires to be a writer, but it was something I felt had to be put down on paper that could be helpful to prevent abuse. That's when I wrote Stranger in the House. I had my granddaughter draw some pictures for me. That's her there, but she's a cute little thing. Because I wanted them to be kid-friendly and be where children would pick up the book and the pictures would just be like they would draw themselves. And even before they could read, they might ask somebody, what's this picture about? My granddaughter today is now 26 years old, so it's been a while. I had the books published. I put them in public places for people to take for free. And my friend in Oklahoma would take the books. There's actually another one that's Stranger Where, that's kind of like a notebook for children who put down their school, who they like, things that they like to read, or places they like to go. And she would take those two books and she would wrap ribbons around them and tie them up and put them in doctor's offices. And I actually had sent her a few hundred books, and then I kind of just let it drop and didn't do anything more with it for a while, so the whole thing went dormant. About a year ago, my youngest brother, who you've seen on the overhead here a couple of times this morning, and he's in Colorado trying to keep up with us and do what needs to be done here, started pushing me to do more and to write more books. I told him that I had done what I wanted to do, and I was content with the fact that they had been put out, and I was okay where I was at. And I did not have any more books to write. He said, yes, you do. And instead insisted that we do something to make a difference for others. I now have the next book being prepared to go to print. And it's going to be Stranger in the Schools. We have 2,000 books being printed now that will go into doctors' offices. And they can be requested. If anybody wants a book, they can be requested for free. We have many more titles to work on, all in the Stranger series. We have Stranger in the House online to be read, or you can read it for yourself. It's in English and in Spanish. And we are very careful as to what we present in these books. We do not want details of any activities that comes from the violation. We only want it to go up to a point where there are feelings that that's not acceptable, that's not okay. And when you read the books, you will get to see where, when we present these events, that they are to where you have some kind of a feeling about, oh, that's going to be that where I want to back off. Strangers are not always people that we do not know. The strangers we write about are the people that are closest to us, the ones we love and trust. And they just do strange or unacceptable things. We always pray for a good relationship, but good people do not always do good things. We will need a lot of information of events in order to accomplish an ongoing program to help others. These books will cover abuse in toddlers, children, young people, adults, and seniors. Abuse has no limit, and we want to inform as many as we can to understand the dangers of abuse and protect themselves. If you would like to donate an event concerning yourself or someone you know, you can go to event at dangeraware.org. You can call us on the phone or write to us at dangeraware.org. And as we do this program, we are setting it up for people to come in, to work, and to follow us. Because I won't be here forever, you won't be here forever, but this program can go on forever as long as there are people. There are going to be a need for this program. And it's going to be where if we can give these children a game that they enjoy playing, they're going to be teaching themselves without even realizing that they're teaching themselves. And this is where I failed in thinking that my children weren't old enough to grasp the concept. But by giving them scenarios that they can say yes or no, or they can say which item is okay and not okay. Again, there won't be any graphic details done, but it'd be kind of like if you take your child to the grocery store and you say, okay, let's find something good to eat. Is a carrot good to eat? Okay, yes, they can make that choice. They can be 10 months old and they can understand this is good or this is bad. Is cleanser good to eat? Of course not. So from that very teeny tiny age, we can start teaching these kids things that they can make choices and that they can know. They can speak up when they don't understand. They can ask questions when they don't understand. So from here, I'm going to turn this over to my brother on the overhead, and he is going to give you a lot of the technical information of Danger Aware. And I've got to say, I wouldn't be here today if this man wasn't taking care of all of this stuff in the background. It is so technical, and he has so many things going on involving all the creation of these games, all the creation of getting online, finding resources for us.
Greetings, and thank you for attending our soft opening.
Okay.
Greetings, and thank you for attending our soft opening. I am Gerald Ray Howell, and I am the Chief Information Officer for Danger Aware Organization. As such, I am responsible for taking care of the computers and training everybody in how to use the software to accomplish our goals. We have dozens of book titles and stories to write and print. We have ideas for games, books, videos, and more, all for free for the end user, and all designed to educate people in their own personal rights to health and happiness. You may be thinking, yeah, so aren't there already a ton of websites concerning prevention of abuse and violation? Well, frankly, yes, there are a ton of those sites concerning prevention of. The problem with those sites is most of them are built and run by governmental agencies, and they all seem to share a single point of similarity. They are all designed for adults. The writing is for adults, the talking about preventative measures and recovery programs for the victims, they're all written to adult level understanding. Lots of advice on how to handle bad situations after the fact. No one that we could find is addressing abuse prevention with the people that are most likely to become victims: children, young brides, and elderly in care facilities.
It is well known that abuse and violations come from people we know and not strangers.
Also, most of the information provided is in a dry textual governmental documentation format that leads to disinterest and is frankly generally only accessed by people who are in the industry and are required by law to know these rules and regulations. So they're not helping children learn how to help themselves, and that's what we want to do. With your help, we can have engaging stories and books and games created that inspire children and to help a virtual friend navigate the bad situation and take the correct steps to avoid suffering abuse. This is not a program that can be accomplished by a small group of people, which is probably why no one has attempted anything like this before now, but it is sorely needed. By presenting risky situations virtually, our clients, the potentially abused of our world, can learn how to properly respond to those possibilities without having to personally live through such a situation. The best preventative is education, and the easiest way to educate is to make it fun. So basically it comes down to this. You can help us in one of 4 ways. Firstly, and certainly the easiest, you can give us money. That will allow us to hire the professionals we need to build the materials that we ourselves cannot assemble. Second, you can join us. Use whatever special skills you have to help us achieve our goals, which is to have a website that is as popular as any social media site out there. If you can draw, work a computer, write, play music, run a recording system, video editing, animation, know how to market an idea, or even if you feel your best skill is talking to people on social media, that is what we need. We need every one of you. And more. We need everybody. So to do this right, we're going to need experts. Even if the experts aren't the ones doing the work, we're going to need experts to help guide us in the right direction on this journey. We don't want to make mistakes, but we are going to. So we need help. So please help. Third, if you can't do that, you can tell us about your own experiences. Please tell us your story. Let us use your story to help others by teaching others how to prevent their own abuse. We have a lot of ideas, as many of us have suffered abuse ourselves, but abuse comes in many different forms and from many different directions. And there's no way that we can possibly have experienced every kind of abuse, nor could, even if we knew about all forms of abuses, could we know how to prevent them and correct them. So please, if you have a story that you think can help us, please submit it. You can go to lorillafonda.com or to dangeraware.org. We will have a page on both of those sites where you could submit your story anonymously, or you can email us now at event@dangeraware.org. That's EVENT at dangeraware.org. Fourth and finally, you can help us spread the word. Even if you give money, even if you help us, even if you can't, if you have nothing that you can present for us, nothing to help us to further our goals, you can do so simply by telling others that dangeraware.org exists. Social media is also extremely effective. We currently have accounts on at least 10 platforms and are trying to add more. But we need content. We need comments. We need reposting of our materials and our site so that others who are not in this room or watching this video on the internet will also have the opportunity to learn to protect themselves and others. So please tweet, Snapchat, YouTube, Patreon, GoFundMe, Twitch, Facebook, and so on about Danger Aware. One final word. I have a slogan that I would love somebody to improve it. I feel it says what needs to be said, but I think somebody might find a better way to say it. So if you have an idea to convert the following line to something better, please tell us. And here is that line. A secret only benefits the person who wants the secret kept. Spread the word.
I was supposed to read this a while ago and I forgot. So I come back up here to take care of this. We actually were trying to do a theme song for this program because I feel like when I take it out to other organizations and other groups and they want to know what we're doing, I wanted a song that would be memorable for people to carry on and use in their daily lives. We couldn't get the rights to use the song I was changing the words for. We're still working on that, and that may come in the future. But my brother called me and he said, it's right in front of our face. And I'm like, what's right in front of our face? And he said, Mom's song. My mother had a song that she wrote when I was just a teenager. My mother's now gone, so there's no domain rights on her song. So we have freedom to use it. The only thing is we were unable to get somebody to do the music background. So I changed some of the words, and then Ray changed some of the words, and I'm going to just read it, but I'll let you know a little bit about what the song was before I read this, and then it'll give you a little bit better understanding of it. When Jesus died on Calvary in anguish and despair, there was no one to help him and no one seemed to care. But in his love and mercy, he cried to God above, said, Father, forgive them, they know not what they do. So that's just the very first part of that. So we've changed the words, and we are thankful to our mother for writing a song and being able now that we can use it in this day and time. I feared no one would find me in my anguish and despair. There was no one to help me, so I hid myself in fear. I felt it was my own fault. I have to hide in my shame. Someone please help me. I'm not the one to blame. Someone please help me. My life's in disarray. I don't know who to turn to. I hurt both night and day. I need someone to help me prevent and to prepare. I wish that I had known of the site Danger Aware. Online I found some ebooks that taught me what to do. By playing with my virtual friend, I learned just what to do. So now when someone threatens to do me shame and pain, I tell them that I'm telling, and then I'll yell out their name. So now I know what to do when harm is on the way. I stand up for my own rights, and here's what I say. If you try to hurt me, I'll tell most anyone. I'll not be your victim, and you won't hurt anyone. For ebooks, games, and videos that teach one to prepare, for abuse situations, just visit Danger Aware. It's free to all who enter. We don't even want your name. Just read the books and watch the vids and play the online game. I would like to help you the way that they helped me, by playing games and reading books and serving virtual tea. I love to help my virtual friend and learn that others care. I wish that I had known of the organization Danger Aware. So now we've got dessert in the back, and these young men are going to serve you some desserts. And if anybody has any questions or wants any information, we're available. Anyone that you saw up here today can talk to you or give you more information. And if you have anything you'd like, you can just write your name down for helping us in the future. The ladies will be in the back.
I didn't even put it. Thank
I don't know if okay, there I am. Okay, on your tables, Christine was supposed to tell you this. There are keychains in the cups. You're welcome to take the keychains. There's bracelets around on the cup, you're welcome to have bracelets. And whoever gets the keychain that has a little sticker on it gets to keep the mug that is on your table.